Hi, welcome to this live sending. I'm just gonna post this on Facebook to let everyone know that I am doing this. I asked on my Facebook page yesterday if it was necessary to have an update on the coronavirus in Norway, and as I understand, it's a lot of rumors, and you just hear stuff on Instagram, followers, anything. But I am living in Norway, as many of you know, so I was thinking I could just update you on how our lives are right now. Hi everyone, and thank you for coming. Just Corona updates to let you know how life in Norway is. God dag. So in Norway on Thursday, whole of Norway kind of shut down, and we were told to that on Monday, that is the Monday that's coming now, that all the schools and daycares, kindergarten will be shut down from Monday. And I just went from my work. I carried my screen under my arm on the subway, got my kids from school, and then they updated everything on Thursday night, and then schools were closed from yesterday. So I have a home office now. This is my spot, and this is my husband's spot, and we are both home and our kids are home. So we got to test that out for real on Friday, how that will work, and that is going to be weird. So I am making a schedule. This is timeplan. So this is what we're gonna do as of Monday. So I put in like maths and paint, male, Legos. This is lunchtime. Gymnastics, Norwegian and TV time. We're trying to put in stuff so we can actually do some work from home. So it's a bit weird. But yeah, so hairdressers are closed. People doing tattoos, makeup, everything that's closed. All public places like the movies, theater, concerts, inside play areas. And well, the stores are open, and Norway is very strict on like, don't buy too much because the stores will be open, and hopefully they will, because I am one of those who are not stocking up on everything. But if you follow some Norwegian Instagram accounts, do you do that? Because people have been buying all the toilet paper that is in the stores. No, schools are not open. Let me see here if I can actually go into this live and update you. I would like to see the chat. Here you see, now I have the chat over here, and then I have the camera over here, so that's good. So now I can hopefully see the chat. So schools, so just give me all the questions that you might have. But so since schools are not open, I have to work from home and teach my kids, because we are going to get like homeschooling stuff sent online through the iPad. Why does Norway have so much corona? I wish I knew. We are one of the countries with most affected people compared to how few we are. Are bars and restaurants open? Some. Well, bars are not allowed, clubs are not allowed, but restaurants, it's pretty vague. That's the rules around restaurants, because you're not allowed to have your restaurant open if you can't practice people being 1 meter far from each other. So a lot of the restaurants around here are closed. Like my closest coffee shop, they are open but only for takeaway. And Asian food we have underneath is open but only for takeaway, and they have like put chairs in the entrance so we don't come all the way up to the till, and they have put the payment machine away, and so we don't touch, and they prefer no cash, only contactless payment, to try to minimize where you touch. Yeah, and there was a question about travel. Is travel ban on? Well, there is a rule, there's a list of a lot of countries that when you arrive to Norway, you will be quarantined for 2 weeks. And the hotels on Gardermoen, which is the main airport in Oslo, they have quarantine rooms. So you can actually arrive in Norway and be set straight to quarantine for 2 weeks. So you don't really get to be in Norway. So I think we haven't closed our borders in Norway yet. I know Denmark has, and Poland, Germany, Saudi Arabia. There's a lot of countries that have, but we haven't done that yet. But everyone will be quarantined when they get to Norway. So there's not really any reason to travel. And we are strict. Well, we are advised not to travel on any spare travel, not even like to go to the cabin. And that's a very Norwegian thing, to like go to the cabin and it's up in the mountain and everyone's thinking, oh, it's such a small place and we can be far away from everyone, we go to the cabin. But that has been like, don't go to the cabin, because the small places where people have the cabin, they aren't equipped for that many people. So if you actually do end up getting sick when you're at the cabin, the local place don't really have room to take you in or take care of you. So they advise everyone to just stay at home. We're now it's for 2 weeks. In the first 2 weeks, stay at home. If you have to, don't really go outdoors. Don't really be in contact with people. They are advising us against people playing outside, like our kids. So we are trying to figure out how they can play together. My kids alone, not with everyone else. It's weird times. Are there any panic? No, well, I haven't, there's not many people outside, so you don't really feel the panic, but you can see the empty shelves in the stores. It's so weird, because people are like, oh, we need food, and what if everything closes and the toilet paper is all gone, and it's just, so people are trying, well, the most people that I know aren't really panicking. It's just like, all the gyms are closed. That's kind of what people are freaking most out about, because you can't go to the gym. So people have to work at home. So we have tried to find like kettlebells or anything that we can work out with at home. But everything is sold out, so we don't really have anything. So we have to just work out with our own bodies. Let me see if I can see anything here in chat. Yeah, I got permitted from work and now has to rely on dagpenger from Nav. Yeah, so there's a lot of people getting permitted, if that's a word, from work because they can't work. Like my husband, for instance, he works with Oslo football, and all footballs have been shut down. So he doesn't really, soon he won't have that much work to do. So they will probably, they haven't talked about it yet, but they might put it on permittering, it's the Norwegian word, and then you will get money from the state instead of your work. So I think that's around like 62% of your salary, so it's pretty harsh. And my mother, she works in Flom on a hotel there, and people can't really come to Flom, and they are dependent on travelers, and people don't really, they can't travel to Norway, so they won't have work. So my mother, they sent out like information to all the staff that mostly people will be permitted. So we'll see what that happens. I know, like Norwegian, the main a big airline company, they have like cut 5,000 people, or yeah. In which city do you live? I live in Oslo, so it's pretty heavy in Oslo, with one of those places that is mostly most infections. How do you feel in the situation? That's a good question. I feel it's weird, right? It's a little bit absurd. I feel like I live in a war, but there's peace. If that's like, there's so many weird. It's just like the strictest Norway has said, hey, you can't do this and this and this since the war. So it is a weird situation, and I'm a bit worried about how I'm gonna do work from home and be a mother to 2 kids that I have to like teach stuff as well. Yeah, so it's weird. Yeah, now they're watching a movie, so that's why I had time to do this. In Poland, we have 51 people, and a couple of days ago we had 41. Yeah, we are on 800 or 900 people infected, but they're cutting. Oh, somebody's arguing. Hei, vennen min, mamma sitter og filmer litt. Kan du trøste lillebror? Nei, det var jeg som gjorde det. Ja. Let's see. How many people have it in Norway, and is Norway the most infected Scandinavian country? Well, yes, I think so. Let's go to helsenorge.no. That's the official. This is my kids. They argue all the time. You see. How many? I think our biggest newspaper, vg.no, has the most up-to-date. Yeah, we have 1,028 people confirmed infected. We have 32 new today, and 1 actually died yesterday. That was our first death, so it was yeah, it's weird. And do you know about the Norwegian celebration when you're finished with all of your 10 years in school, or 13 years of school? When I finish with high school, we have this a month where you actually celebrate throughout May until like 17th of May, the Norwegian Constitution Day. So, and now everything is cancelled, so all the Rus, the seniors, the graduates, they can't party or celebrate, and it's a bit weird for everyone. And it's news about people getting together to party anyway, and it's people are a bit. No. Ja. Kanskje Owen klarer det? So the newspaper says only Corona on it, but okay. How Corona, is there any restrictions about inner travel? That is a good question. You say in Italy you're locked inside the house, and that is such a weird position to be in. We are allowed to move outside. They say please stay outside if you don't have to go out, but people are allowed to like go to the stores, and we are allowed to play outside with the kids if we are not in groups. So if you are infected or have been outside of the country, you are not allowed to go outside. Then you have 14 days quarantine, and you're not allowed to move outside your house. So yeah, I'm inside with my kids today. My husband is out. He is trying to buy some activity stuff for us to do, and yeah, so that's weird. Let me see. Yeah, infectious. We have this map on who is most affected. We have this map. I can probably find a map. but I think Norway is pretty high up on the list. But I can't really find that now. Let me see. Yeah, and everyone is stopped. People, like, the city is shutting down because people can't do anything. People... Yeah, but I think what Norway is doing now is everyone is coming together to like try to help each other and buying groceries for their neighbor. Jeg vet ikke, kan ikke dere gå og finne på noe, så kan mamma bare gjøre ferdig dette. And let's see. Permittert, temporarily made redundant. That is the word. So redundant is apparently that you, yeah. Well, you haven't been like fired. Norway is helping out. My cousin is currently in the beautiful island. There is no case in Reykjavik. Oh, but Iceland. Yeah, I heard that the Iceland is also pretty heavy affected. How long does it take to get the dagpenger if you're not registered yet on NAV? I don't know. I hope that it will not be long because... So what I've been thinking, like if my husband is permitted, his salary will be cut like almost 40%. And then I need to call our bank and like, hey, can you help us with the house loan? Because they can stop the avdrag, so we only pay interest and not like the part of the loan that we're, because that's what I'm thinking. That's the first thing I can do. And I think the banks are very, they try to help us. The state has put down the like styringsrente. I don't know what that is, but the interest on the loan is cut to like 1%. So it's pretty low to help us out. Har du hamstret viktige ting, mat? That was a question for you who don't speak Norwegian. And there was a question if I have been collecting food or stuff that I need. And I must say on Wednesday when I went shopping, I bought more than I usually do. Like how many, how much chicken can I have in the fridge, or extra coffee, or like, but I'm not one of those who have like 100 toilet paper rolls or bought like everything that is like canned. People are like going crazy for canned stuff. So it's empty in the shelves. It's weird. So, but I haven't done that. I have a tiny bit over normal amount of food in the house. And that's also because if we're not supposed to like move outside that much, I don't want to go back and forth to the store too much. So it's more to stay inside than to like collect stuff that I think I will be out of. Are you worried that your parents will get it? Well, my mother was actually just here the past 2 days because she was going to visit us for a conference that she was going to for work, but then the conference was cut. Of course, there's no conference, nobody has work, everyone's home office. But my parents aren't that old. They're not even 60, so they're not in the danger zone, risikogruppe, which we call it. But my father, he does have some problems with his lungs, like when he gets a pneumonia or any like influenza, the regular influenza, he gets really sick. So he should probably just stay up in Flum all by himself and just don't go outside. My mother, I'm not that worried about. I'm worried for my great grandma. She's 102 and she's at a home for the elderly, but she's not allowed to have any visitors now. They don't let anyone in. So, hei fra Thailand og Flekkefjord. Det mangelproblemer I storbyene? If there's anything lacking in the big cities? Well, what is lacking now is that since people are stocking up on canned food or toilet paper. The stores, they have too few employees to actually put back the shelves up with toilet paper, even though they have it in storage. Like the bigger Oslo is like the biggest deliverer of every daily products that you need. They have like gone to social media to like post, hey, look, we have a lot of toilet paper, don't worry guys. And I saw a guy on my Facebook, he actually delivers toilet paper to people. Hey, just call us, 400 kroner for 56 rolls of toilet paper and delivered to your door. We ring the bell and then we leave, so we don't have any contact with you. So there is toilet paper. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, good to see you. Been a long time. Yeah, my next video was actually supposed to be like, I think I need to say goodbye because I don't have time to make videos anymore. It's pretty sad. But here I am, Corona, updating you instead. Fear being deliberately propagated by the system. I don't know if I agree with that. Is there normally this much hysteria around the seasonal flu, which kills far more people in the world? Well, that's not really true, because the coronavirus kills more people percentage than the flu does. So that's pretty bad, and it's like if it's double the infectious or something. So if we don't do measures like this, then it will be a crisis. So this is more for it to not escalate that much. And I think it's weird because I haven't lived with this kind of thing before. But I will need to put people that are talking about not helping stuff in the chat. I will remove you, because this is, if we keep spreading like don't do this and go outside and be normal, and then we are not helping the people that are in need in our society. My neighbors have a daughter, she's 4 years old and she has asthma. If she gets this, it's really dangerous for her, and that's not okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be strict about that. Let me see. Experts recommend to keep 1 or 2 meters distance from people. And yeah, so you Norwegians are safe. We have a lot of country that we can just spread out in. And I think all the restaurants, all the cafes that are still open, they're like, people are standing 1 meter from each other in the line. And that's nice. Hello there. Well, this thing that is too weird for me is that all people infected came from Europe to Morocco. They can meet their family members before they can go to the hospital. But that is also weird, because then you will actually, won't you like infect people then? What about AIDS, Ebola, flu? Yes, all that is very bad. Very bad. We don't like any diseases. Isn't that why we're doing this? Yeah. My mom is now staying there in Rogaland. Yeah. You stopped making videos. Well, I haven't made a video since a year ago, and that is I haven't had the time, and it's so weird because that's what I usually did all my spare time. Yes. I have a friend in Tromsø. He says their biggest concern is the weather. Well, how come? Just because it's a bad weather, or because they can't move outside then? But yeah, so what we are doing now is actually, I'm trying to come up with stuff my kids can do when we are locked inside for 2 weeks. I found all the Legos and all the paint stuff, and I've been getting like paper and stuff, but go to Svalbard. But I don't want to be going to Svalbard, because if everyone went there, Svalbard can't handle us if we get sick. So I think my best bet is to actually stay here in Oslo in my house and hope for the best. Yeah. 3-day blizzard. That's not cool, because then it's not that easy to actually go outside. But I think if there's no more questions, that was probably the update. Like, well, it's so sad for the like all the freelancers and people depended on, like, people making music, having shows, concerts, like the festival summer that's very usual in Norway. It's probably not happening. 17th of May, Norwegian Constitution Day, is probably not happening, but it's like now we're in this, it's 2 weeks and we will see, but as it looks like now, it doesn't really stop. They are maybe estimating like this will hit a top in July. And we were going to Malta in July to celebrate my father's 60-year birthday. And we don't know if that's gonna happen now. He was gonna take us all to Malta. It would be nice. Do students in high school, secondary school have e-learning or just free? Well, all the schools up until like high school, they have home learning. They have all the teachers, they are going to work, make stuff. We have this app, my son, let me show it. We have because my son's school, he's in the first grade, he's soon 7 years old. They have iPad, every kid in school, and so we have this app in here that is called Showbe, where all the homework is coming in. Showbe. So here is like, yeah. Oh, so inside here there's like, yesterday he had art. So no, yesterday they got this art assignment, and they give us the task in here, and they say like, hey, your task for today is to try to follow steps and draw a pumpkin. That was his assignment yesterday, and this was an example that they could make, and then we upload the pumpkin that he made into the app, so then the teacher can look at it and comment on it. And they have this reading assignment where they actually like put in the text from the book, and then you have this possibility to record your voice, the pumpkin assignment. Yeah, so we're gonna check this every day at 8:30, and the teacher will have uploaded the tasks for the day inside this app, and then, but on Friday this crashed because everyone was going in on the same time, so nobody managed to do anything. So, but I hear that everything's gonna be working on Monday, so kudos to the Showbe team. And my work, we do everything on Teams, Microsoft Teams. We have meetings online. Yeah, the app that I showed you was called Showbe. So it looks like, I think it's something a lot of Europe is using. But we use Teams a lot for work, and we have daily meetings at work at 9 to like talk about the day. Does anyone need help? What's the tasks? And yeah, trying to make this work. I work in a technology business, so it's like we actually get to test the digital world, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, do you have any idea how long it will last? Well, what they are saying is that this, like, we haven't reached the top, and that will probably happen in July. So I'm just preparing for a weird half year. Yeah, I was going to Norway this May, but I would need to change my plan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen. My husband was gonna go to London in next weekend actually, to go UFC match, but that's not happening. We were gonna see Norway play against Serbia at Ullevål football, me and my husband, but that's happening without audience, or maybe even the match isn't happening at all. I don't really know. Yeah. What do you do for work now? Well, I work in a media agency, so I work with ads and like banner ads, video ads, native ads, and yeah, placing like yeah, and I can do everything I need from a computer with internet, so it's pretty that's pretty easy. But it's like people are also pulling their ads because they, like all the travel companies, they can't advertise for travel now because nobody is traveling. So it's also probably a business where people will not use so much money in the coming weeks or something. But it's still, I don't know, but we'll see. What about those people who were in line to come to Oslo to take up employment from other countries of a couple of weeks' time? Well, I don't know, because you will be quarantined for 2 weeks first when you arrive to Norway. And then it depends on if your work really has work to do. Because most businesses have been told to keep their employees at home if they can. Because then we remove the pressure from the public transportation, so that the critical people can take the public transportation without being affected. Yeah, it's a great opportunity for companies to test out how working from home works, and it's yeah, it's gonna be weird. How is tourism? I'm coming on a cruise in July and have been looking forward to this my whole year. Well, cruises that arrive in Bergen, they are not permitted to even dock in Norway. So if it's like this in July, that's probably not going to happen. So that is very sad. A lot of businesses are dependent on the tourism. My mother as well. So hopefully maybe things have been cleared up until then. Is Norway in total lockdown? Well, we're not in total lockdown because we are allowed to go outside. We're just not, they encourage us to be inside, and that everyone who can take home office does it. But a lot of things is closed, like gyms, hairdressers, tattoo artists, cinemas, indoor playgrounds, a lot of pubs, clubs, yeah, everything that needs human contact. And I'm not buying extra food. Well, I'm buying extra food for me to not have to go to the store often, but I'm not buying to survive a crisis, because Norway has told us not to do that. So I'm doing that. Yeah, and then the stock market is going down. The Norwegian kroner is going down. Even the electricity is getting cheaper. It's some weird times. Worldwide, there have been about 3,000. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, take care of yourself anyway. I am doing that. I'm trying to do that. Flere drar til hytta. Hva syns du om dette? people go into the cabin. Well, I think that is a bad idea. We talk about this one place called Hemsedal. That's a small place in Norway that has like 2,500 people living there, and their community is built up around having necessities for 2,500 people. So if people go into the cabin to Hemsedal, get sick, Hemsedal won't be able to take care of them. So they are encouraging us not to go to the cabin, stay at home. So I'm doing that, and people should be doing that. Yes. Are schools and universities closed? Yes, everything school-wise is closed. So that's Krenexi. That's a long time ago. Yes. What do you think about the duration of this? Well, first, now we're here for 2 weeks, and I'm just gonna start with those 2 weeks, and then we'll see. Yeah, what about employees who are working in the health sector and have small children to take care of since schools and kindergartens are closed? That's a very good question, because I was like, what do people do? But the kindergartens are open for those people. If you are a family that have 2 parents in a critical working place, we have a list of like what's critical, and that's like health and police and some transportation necessities, and like they have a list. So if you have 2 parents in a family that have that, then you have the kindergarten is open for you. So my neighbor, she works in the kindergarten right over here. They have like 4 kids, and they have had to set up a plan for if one of those kids gets sick, everyone is contagious and everyone have to go to quarantine. So then they have a switch out team that can come in and like be the next kindergarten team for the kids that have necessity to be there. It's weird. Yes. How many cases in your country? It's about 1,000 people affected now. Oil prices have tanked, which has affected Canada, and I imagine also Norway. The market with Corona is such a double whammy. Yes. Okay. Goodbye, people that can't talk about important things. Yes. I think that's probably an update as of now, and I'm gonna go, and I don't know what I'm gonna do because we can't really go anywhere. Oh, it's a weird time. It's a weird time. Yeah. But I will probably be answering some of the questions in the comments in this video when it's posted after this. So if you have any concerns or questions, I will try to answer them, but I am not like an official person. I am just me and my experience on how this is and following the guidelines that we get from Norway. So thank you for watching, and if you know anyone interested in learning about Corona in Norway, just send them this video, and hopefully I will talk to you soon. Bye! If I know how to cancel this then. I don't. Stop it! What? Here, no, there. Yes, bye.